On this episode of MythBusters, it's an evolution revolution. As the team takes 5 fan favorites and focuses on a fascinating new facet for each. First, Adam and Jamie give Water Heater Rocket a whole new story.
Whoa!
Then they think outside the box with Hollywood car classic Hang in There. Meanwhile, Carrie, Grant, and Tori pick a cool coda to liquid nitrogen.
Cops are on their way.
Then they take a tangent with Bend a Bullet, turning it into the myth of the corner shot.
Mama like.
And finally, they focus on the missing link of snowplow split with some rocket-powered evolution.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Who are the MythBusters? Adam Savage.
I'm ready to go, man.
And Jamie Heineman.
Bye-bye.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. Joining them, Carrie Byron, Grant Imahara, and Tori Belleci.
Let's go.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Myth evolution. What are we testing? Darwin?
Nah, Darwin doesn't need our help. This episode is called Myth Evolution because it has to do with the fact that every time we air a new episode of MythBusters, hundreds, thousands of fans write to us to comment on that episode.
Yeah, a lot of them just want to tell us what we got wrong.
Some of them want to say things we screwed up, others want to suggest other tests we missed, and some of them just want us to go down different tangents of stories we've already done because they have other ideas about things we could explore.
Okay, well, what's on the roster?
Well, we do have an evolution of the hanging on the roof of a car story. But first up is Water Heater Rocket.
In one of the all-time most memorable myth-busting moments, Adam and Jamie confirmed that in a worst-case scenario, a water heater could blast through your roof like a rocket.
Did you know what was lurking in your basement?
But fan site message board murmurings have moved this myth to the next level. Literally. Not only have you demanded a 2-story extension to the story, you also want to know exactly how high a water heater can fly.
So how are we evolving Water Heater Rocket?
Well, last time we successfully demonstrated that a water heater under the worst case scenario can actually behave just like a rocket and shoot up through the roof of a 1-story house. And a lot of fans complained about that. They said they lived in 2-story houses, and that simple fact might have changed our results.
Okay, well, let's build a 2-story house and do it to California code, see what happens.
Now, hold on. Before we do that, I think we actually have some important questions to answer in terms of the energy involved, the speed the hot water heater left the ground at, and the total height that it went to.
As I recall, we got up to about 500 feet on that last one.
Yeah, it turns out there's some dispute about that. And because it's a burning question of the fans, I think we should answer it by setting a hot water heater out with nothing for it to go through, nothing in its way, and accurately see how high it goes.
I love it. Let's go.
So it's Water Heater Rocket Part 2 in 2 parts. Can the rocket make it through 2 stories?
This place is great.
Works for me.
But before that, the boys need that controversial altitude answer, which has brought them to an all-new detonation destination.
I'm standing smack dab in the middle of 240 square miles of methane-producing landfill. Actually, Waste Management's Altamont landfill, to be exact. And if you throw some trash out in San Francisco, this is where it ends up.
It's the perfect place to launch this stripped-back household heater and confirm once and for all how far and fast it goes.
This steel can right here is actually the pressure vessel at the heart of your average household hot water heater. We are going to pressurize it until it explodes in hopes that watching it explode like this will illuminate some of its performance characteristics.
And the recipe for that all-important explosion is the same as last time. Seal off all of the safety release valves, give it a hot rod paint job.
That ought to do it. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks kind of dangerous somehow.
Add water, turn on the power, add some blankets to hurry the heating, and sit back and wait.
What's the butter zone for the explosion again?
About 350 psi.
All right.
This test is all about recording the height and the speed that the water heater achieves when it goes off. We've got a video camera aimed at the whole scene, and we should be able to estimate how high the thing is going if we can see it. Okay, we're at 150 psi.
Halfway there.
Everybody into your safety positions. We're in the red zone.
I'm getting a prediction. Hold on, it's coming in. It's coming in. All right, I predict that we are slowly going to watch pressure build up on a computer.
200 psi.
Oh, we're getting close. While we stare at a steel can that does nothing for maybe 40 minutes.
Okay, folks, we're up to 300 psi. Hold on to your hats.
And then the steel can is going to disappear in a puff of smoke.
315 psi.
And Jamie Heineman is going to make this sound. That's my prediction. It takes so long to come down.
Where is it?
Here it comes. I never get tired of that.
No, it's the coming down that's the fun part.
I know.
Let's go check it out.
All right, let's do it. This is what I love about hot water heaters. I'm gonna start referring to them as Old Faithful. A lot of times when we're trying to get stuff to fail, it's like a 1 in a million shot. It's like a 1-to-1 shot with these hot water heaters. Pop.
Consistent, calibrated carnage means Adam's in Mythbuster heaven. But what about the all-important flight data?
What have we got?
Oh, okay. First of all, that is a fracking cool shot. Second of all, I'm calculating by measuring the height of the hot water heater as it leaves frame in the high-speed shot that it's leaving frame at about 350 miles an hour, which is pretty spot on to the speed I calculated the first time we did this. It hung in the air for 12 seconds. If I calculate the 12 seconds with the air resistance plus the speed it's leaving the ground, I come up with a total height reached of about 560 feet, which is also close enough to our estimate last time to tell me that we were right.
Well, that's without obstructions.
That's correct.
Well, let's put some obstructions in.
Absolutely.
All right, so what do we got?
Remember curving a bullet?
Totally busted.
For sure, but there was another scene in the same movie where a bullet needs to get around an obstacle, and the fans want us to check it out.
Well, we missed one? Which one?
Well, Angelina Jolie's character's in a shootout, and she pulls out this amazing gun that literally shoots 90 degrees around a corner.
So the fans want to find out if that even exists.
Yep.
All right, well, while you do that, why don't Tori and I do 2 other Hollywood techniques?
Yeah, action hero corner shots that you've seen in every action movie ever made. We'll see if they actually work. Cool.
Our trio of gun-toting gunslingers have already busted the bullet-bending antics as illustrated in the movie Wanted.
There's no deviation whatsoever.
But fantasy physics isn't the only method used in that film of shooting around an obstacle. There was also some fancy hardware. And to find out if this corner shot is fact or fiction, Carrie and an overly excited Grant and Tori have come to Alameda County Sheriff Department's live firehouse.
Gotcha! Now this place is where they teach real-life tactical situations for law enforcement.
On your knees, on your knees!
We're gonna try some of our techniques here. Tori's got an interesting one, Grant has an interesting one. I think I got the best one.
He's arrested! Cop him!
It's like a playground, a very dangerous playground.
But to make it more playground and less dangerous, Sergeant Rob McElroy has brought along some specially modified guns and ammo.
What we've got is a special paint marking cartridge that we convert an actual firearm that it will only accept this round. And what it has is a small plastic capsule with a paint or dye inside of it that'll allow you to see where it hits, and it will function the firearm.
That's
Great! Can we shoot each other with it?
Definitely, that's what we use it for.
Yeah!
Woo! No.
No? All right, I guess we'll just stick to the targets.
Probably a good idea.
And first up, contract killer Carrie is going to show us if the corner shot is the real deal.
Right tool for the job.
And it's so far so good, because the movie's machinery really does exist. Pop a handgun in the contraption, and hey presto, you're good to go.
Mama like.
Yeah.
What Mama got?
This is a corner shot. It's the real-life version of what Angelina Jolie used in the movie. She pulled out this little compact, cute weapon that shot around a corner. This is what you'd really use.
And you can bend it around corners to take the shot.
Yeah, it's got this little screen right here so you can see what you're shooting at with the crosshairs, and bam!
I love it.
All right, show us what you got.
Stand back. I think the boys were thoroughly impressed with my surprise piece of technology here. I mean, how amazing is it to be able to shoot around a corner without actually putting yourself in harm's way? We may not have all that slow motion and wind machines, but we can still curve our bullets around a corner with the corner shot.
So, take note, fans. That's score one for the movies. The corner shot is clearly the real deal. But the team ain't done yet. The guys want to try two other corner shot techniques any action movie fan will be familiar with. The question is, will they work in real life?
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Be careful.
How do I get out of here?
Other door.
We sure we want to give him that gun? Don't hurt yourself.
Now, my technique is to put only my arm around the corner, thus keeping my body out of the line of fire. Rob, clear to load? Clear to load. Got a specially modified pistol that shoots these gel markers so that we can see how well I do. You guys ready?
Yeah. Where'd it hit?
It didn't hit the target. You missed your target. And the target's still alive.
Okay, so still intact, didn't hit the target at all. Blind firing around the corner is pretty much as you would expect. It's random. So, you know, if you can't see the target, how are you gonna hit it?
The clue is in the title. The one-shot blind corner kill from the movies is clearly unrealistic.
Now, this next technique is definitely not taught by the Alameda County Sheriff's Department, but it is one that you see in tons of Hollywood movies. And that is flying into a room, surprising your target, and shooting your target as you're flying through the air. I think that'll work. Now, I'm gonna lay down some mattresses so that way I don't get hurt. I just love it here so much, I think I'm gonna move in. Then I'll be able to find out, is this a reasonable option of taking out a target around the corner?
All right, so there's action hero technique. Whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. Do you guys realize I've been practicing this technique since I was 8 years old?
It looks like you hit it.
Yeah, got him. That is a kill.
So that's one action movie move that does seem to work in real life. Not that you'll be seeing it in the Alameda County Sheriff's training manual anytime soon.
Okay, so where does that leave us?
Well, the hardware was not a figment of Hollywood's imagination. The corner shot is reality.
Yeah, and I hit my target. I mean, diving through a door with guns blazing seems to work.
In a movie context, but without a mattress?
And nobody shooting back at you? I mean, the chances of you getting away scot-free without any injury, pretty slim.
Man, you guys are just jealous. All right, fine, plausible.
And as for your blind shot technique?
Okay, that one is busted. Sticking your gun around the corner and blindly firing, you're not gonna hit anything.
Look at that, we got a full set.
Yeah, confirmed, plausible, and busted.
Is that a first?
Probably not.
Before Adam and Jamie unnaturally select the story of the two-story water heater rocket, they're tackling a tall-tale tangent from Tinseltown.
Next is sort of a tangent. Do you remember the day that we spent hanging onto the roof and hanging onto the hood of a car while the other one kept trying to shake us off?
Yeah.
Well, fans say that we missed a crucial Hollywood element to that story, the cardboard box.
You mean the cardboard boxes that inhabit every single Hollywood back alley?
Absolutely. They said, if you're gonna shake someone off a car in a Hollywood movie, you gotta drive through a big stack of boxes.
I'm there.
In Car Roof Cling, Adam and Jamie got a grip Hollywood style.
Give me all you got.
to see if you could really hold on to a moving car through zigs, zags, and even sudden stops.
I'm actually seeing some stars from that.
But you weren't satisfied. Apparently, the guys missed out on the most obvious car cling cliche of all. Can you really hang in there when the baddie drives through an encumbrance of cardboard?
Well, it looks like it's time to dust off the old car crane and set up some boxes, drive through them at, what, 45 miles an hour?
Yeah, tell you what, I'll set up the cardboard boxes, and why don't you take the first trip through them, just to make sure it's all safe.
Okay.
So Jamie will be the car cling human Hoosier guinea pig. But first, the car needs some work.
You may remember that the last thing that we did on the car clean episode was take it through a car wash.
Oh, that's cool!
Now we've got to put it back.
Cue the MythBusters editing cure-all. A timely time-lapse with a slapdash of split screen. And with the rig ready to roll, it's back to the Alameda Naval Base, where Adam, for one, is excited.
I'd like to set the scene for you, if I might. I will be playing the driver. As such, I will be driving. And in some time in the past, I have insulted the mustachioed Hoosier played by Jamie. And he has come after me, and I cannot shake him. It's 6 months, and he's been running after every train and flying after every plane, and now he's on my car, and I can't shake him.
Will the fan request of a box blockade really be enough to knock Jamie down and out?
Sure enough, these boxes are filled with nothing but air, but just to make this one a little more interesting, I'm gonna have Jamie do it with the windows up.
But is the Man of Steel worried? Not one iota.
I don't even think I need to hold on when we're going through the boxes because other than get stuck on the big pink thing over my head, I don't see the problem here.
With Jamie as nonchalant as ever, Adam secures the rig.
All right, it's ready.
Then Jamie clips in and checks that the crane can still take his weight, providing a visual treat that's too good for Adam to resist.
You know how, like, vulcanized rubber was invented by accident?
Whee!
I think this may lead to a spate of Jamie Heineman piñatas all around the country. Once people see the mustached Hoosier floating around the front of the car in this test, they're gonna want their own, and they're gonna want it for their birthday.
But before any birthday celebrations, it's time to get myth-busting.
Go!
Slowly but surely, Adam accelerates up to a white-knuckle 45 miles an hour.
I'm gonna get into character. Who's that on my car? Oh, I couldn't shake them off. Oh, look, there's some boxes. I'll drive right through those and they'll get rid of it right away. Oh, no. There we go.
Remarkably, Jamie sticks to the car like a gecko covered in glue. Even though he releases his grip to lessen the blow, he doesn't budge at all.
I know you weren't expecting this result, but cardboard boxes turned out to be no match for the Heineman's super grip, even with the windows up.
We were moving pretty quick when we hit these boxes, but just like the boxes in any Hollywood movie, these things are full of air, and so there's not that much to them, and any Hollywood stuntman villain is going to be able to hang on to a car quite easily and go right through them.
So it was plain sailing for Jamie. But will it be such a breeze for Adam on the hood?
Well, it's my turn to be shaking off this car. I'm going to be trying it from the hood, and we have an added wrinkle that it's raining. But so what? Even if that makes it harder, rain happens in the real world. We can work with it.
But rain is not the only wrinkle Adam's facing.
Let me in. Now it's time for Jamie to get a little payback. He's using both a lot more boxes than I did, and he stacked them in the way to provide the maximum amount of resistance to me for holding on. I still think I'm going to be able to hold on, though.
Adamant he'll be able to hold on, just like in the movies, Jamie floors it while Adam freaks out.
Here we go!
Yeah, I stayed on.
They nail it. At 45 miles an hour, Adam's grip held, and you could say he's rather pleased.
I'd say after that test, it's boxes 0. Adam as the supervillain, 1. There was a bit of resistance on my feet when I first went through, but otherwise than that, I didn't pretty much notice it.
But on closer inspection, Jamie's not so sure.
In the box test, Adam didn't get thrown off the car. He didn't get hurt or anything, but when we went back and looked at the footage, we saw something really interesting, and that was that for a second, Adam lost his grip on the hood, and he actually got plastered against the windshield.
It was a blink and you'll miss it moment. But Adam did momentarily let go. But he got his grip back before he slid off.
Yeah! So how do you want to call this one?
Well, I'd say the myth that you can hang on while driving through a pile of boxes is pretty well confirmed. I mean, it was a little disconcerting hitting all those boxes at high speed, but I wasn't in any danger of getting pushed off.
Now, this is helped by the fact that all the boxes you drive through in Hollywood seem to be empty. I think if you were driving through a shipment of VCRs or anvils, it would be a totally different story.
Yeah, especially anvils.
Yeah, but it's confirmed for now.
Next up for an evolution revolution is one of the coolest stories the team has ever tackled.
Okay, so our next myth evolution comes from one of our recent episodes, liquid nitrogen.
Cool. Get it?
Good one, Carrie. All right, so where's this one going?
Well, the fans want us to test another LN2 myth, this time that it can be used as a lockpick.
Yeah, I've seen that on TV, like MacGyver or Burn Notice. They spray liquid nitrogen into a lock, and then they can shatter it with a gun butt or a hammer.
Well, this sounds pretty simple to test. We'll just set up some locks. We'll try to break in with the regular burglar kit, and then we'll try to break in using liquid nitrogen, and we'll see which one's faster.
What is a regular burglar kit?
You know, like crowbars, hammers, stuff like that. You guys don't have a burglar kit?
No.
No.
Oh.
The last time it tackled liquid nitrogen, the fables the team faced were frightening.
That looked just like the movie.
And festive. But now they want to pick a lock or two. And to find out if freezing your locks off is really fact or fiction, Tori is starting with the control. A simple padlock at room temperature versus a hammer and crowbar combination.
Okay, control padlock.
3, 2, 1.
Woohoo!
4 seconds.
That's the reference point. Now, to find out what difference soaking the lock in liquid nitrogen will make.
So liquid nitrogen, very dangerous. We gotta suit up first.
So we're on to test 2, which is the liquid nitrogen part of this test. We're going to pour liquid nitrogen directly on the lock and let it soak for a few minutes so it gets good and frozen, and then Tori's gonna give it the same bash that he gave the control lock. Okay, hoses off. Personally, I'm hoping for some sort of cartoon-like shatter here.
In 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Look at that. 1 second. I see we made a difference with the liquid nitrogen.
That is cool.
So this is what's left of the padlock after being subjected to liquid nitrogen. Let's see. Still incredibly cold. Tori hit it with 1 shot, and it shattered in less than a second.
So it's looking good for the myth. But considering the padlock was so easy to break, even without the LN2, the team wants a tougher challenge.
All right, if anybody needs me, I'll be in my office.
For that, they want a deadbolt. And as before, Tori is first going to smash through for a control comparison.
This always reminds me of elementary school.
School of Hard Knocks?
So I broke through the deadbolt using the pick and the sledgehammer.
Tick-tock, buddy. Cops are on their way.
But it took me 5.5 minutes. It was very hard, and it was very loud.
There you go.
Pretty sure somebody would have called the cops.
Go, go, go. Okay, 5 minutes and 37 seconds.
5 minutes and 37 seconds for the control. Now let's soak it in liquid nitrogen and see if we can blast through that lock faster.
With a full 4 minutes exposure to liquid nitrogen's mind-boggling minus 321 degrees Fahrenheit, the lock is ready for our not-so-subtle burglar.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, look at that! That's incredible! 1 shot and the lock already broke.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Why is liquid nitrogen making it easier to break these locks? Well, all metal has a ductility to it, which means if I smash this lock with a hammer, it's going to deform the metal. Whereas if I introduce the liquid nitrogen to the lock, we are going to lower the temperature, causing all the particles that are in constant motion to slow down, removing energy, making it brittle, so that if I now smash it with a hammer, it's actually going to shatter.
Nice.
That is incredible.
What's
1
the time?
minute, 4 seconds.
That is way less than half your time.
One shot and the lock shattered.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cool.
Cool, for sure. And the evidence is stacking up in favor of this freezing fable. But the team isn't satisfied just yet.
Okay, that small padlock was totally ridiculous. It was actually not that hard to break, even without the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, I think we need something that gives us a bigger difference between liquid nitrogen and no liquid nitrogen.
Maybe something like this?
I love it.
So with the giant padlock secured to the bunker, Tori gets stuck in.
Man, this lock's a lot harder.
But even after 4 minutes of solid pounding with a sledgehammer, it's not the lock that breaks,
Come on, John Henry, you can beat it.
but the bunker.
Broke the handle of the bunker. The lock is still locked. Now, we asked for a beefier lock, and let's face it, we got it.
Yeah.
That still works.
But we're not gonna stop there. Now we're gonna try liquid nitrogen on the same exact kind of lock and see if that gives us the edge that we need.
Okay.
This time the guys apply their LN2 for a full 5 minutes before Tori unleashes hell. And incredibly, after just 5 meaty blows, they're in.
14 seconds.
It's a massive result. On one hand, 4 minutes of failure. On the other, 14 seconds to success.
You guys, I can't believe it. Adding liquid nitrogen to a lock actually makes it easy to break. This myth is totally confirmed.
I know, and I just can't believe how big of a difference it made using the liquid nitrogen.
Wait, did we just give our audience a guide to making breaking and entering easier?
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, okay, that did occur to me, but this is a difficult technique to use. 1, you need to carry around a thermally isolated vat of liquid nitrogen. 2, you need a large amount of safety equipment. 3, you need to apply it to the lock for at least 5 minutes. And 4, you need 3 people to pull it off. Yes, it's successful, but you know what? It's not the most subtle technique out there.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably not gonna catch on.
You know what, though? This myth is still confirmed.
Confirmed.
So far, Adam and Jamie have relaunched stage 1 of the water heater rocket cladogram. And reached all new, accurate heights.
I'm calculating a total height reached of about 560 feet.
Okay, good.
Now, in part 2, you want to know, will the tank break through the roof of a 2-story house? Well, first, the guys have got to build one.
Love it! This is just a framework on which we are going to hang our house. Pull back this way a little bit. We're going to start putting down floors. One in the basement, good, good, good. One here on the first floor, put up a ceiling and a roof, and then it's time to plumb up a hot water heater. And then literally, the sky is the limit. Get it? The sky is actually the limit.
And for all you detail sticklers, here's Jamie with an explanation on why they're not quite nailing the building code.
I know what you're saying. According to code, we should be using nails instead of screws in some cases. What it's doing is allowing me to take this building apart and recycle the lumber, which is a big deal. We may blow some of it up in the process of our test, but what we don't, we're going to reuse. That's that.
And with the major construction complete, now begins the delicate task of hoisting the pieces into place.
Well, the moment we sent a hot water heater up through the roof of our little red shack, fans wrote to us and said, yeah, but dude, that's like a bungalow. In my house, the hot water heater's in the basement. You gotta do it again because it's gotta have more obstacles to be realistic. And we actually spent a lot of time and energy looking for 2-story houses to destroy. And then we realized we could just build one. In fact, not only could we just build one, we could build one without sides so that we could see exactly what was happening, because it's not about the walls, it's about the floors, it's about the obstacles in the way of the hot water heater. So we came up with this system, bolting together upright, 4x4-inch pieces of steel tube holding together a steel frame on which we could place each of our 3 floors: basement, first floor, ceiling, and roof. All the obstacles we need to place in the way of our hot water heater.
That's perfect.
I'm about to dress the top floor. This right here is my interior decorating tool. There you go, Buster. All the comforts of home.
Jamie is plumbing the hot water heater down below.
And there we go.
Soon we're gonna find out if this thing can actually go through all of our model house.
Boom!
Next up, it's time for Carrie, Tori, and Grant to split.
Okay, so what's evolving for us?
Snowplow split from the Alaska Special.
Okay, that's the story where a car hits a snowplow, splits clean in half, a perfect bifurcation.
Yeah, we busted that one. The rear engine car got a great split, but still didn't make it all the way through.
Yeah, you're right. However, the fans want more. They've been sending us hundreds of emails saying, yes, the testing was good. Yes, the results were accurate. However, we did not replicate the results of the myth.
So the fans basically want some sort of monster crash scenario that cuts a car in half.
Sounds spectacular. Kind of hard, but spectacular.
It was an Alaskan anecdote that was no joke. A car allegedly plowed into a plow and was split completely in two. But then again, maybe not, because back in the real world, 2 incomplete splits
That is not bifurcated.
meant the myth was well and truly busted. But that wasn't good enough for you, because you've asked us to find out if under any supersized circumstances a car could ever be split in twain.
So in that last test, we got the car going 70 miles an hour. It smashed into that snowplow, split through the front end of the vehicle, the front axle, and the dashboard. It stopped before it even got through the toughest part of the car, the engine block.
Yeah, to get through that, we need impact forces 10 times that amount, which would mean our car would be going close to the speed of sound.
Now, to most people, that might sound very difficult, but we're MythBusters, and I think I know just the place.
Where?
Anybody fancy a trip to New Mexico Tech?
Yeah.
Yep, so it's off to the MythBusters Rocket Mecca to see if a subsonic snowplow can ever split a car.
So where do you go when you need to make a rocket-powered super plow? Well, New Mexico Tech. They actually have a rocket sled here that can propel materials in excess of 500 miles an hour. Now, just to put that into perspective for you, that is faster than a jet airplane.
Last time the team used this straight-track rocket roller coaster, they more than pancaked a car. And in a world first, Adam was speechless. This time, the man with the launch codes is our old friend, Dr. Van Romero.
So this is the rocket sled for our super plow.
Right, this is kind of the generic sled that we use to run down the track. We load rocket engines in here. Thrust comes out the back, and the business end of the sled is on the front.
And talking of the business end, it's time to beef up the plow part of the equation, because this time they're switching things around.
You can't just go to the store and buy an off-the-shelf plow. I mean, it would explode, it would disintegrate. So we've got to make our own plow from scratch using this giant pile of steel. We're going to weld it into a plow shape, attach it to the rocket sled, and send it down the track at the car.
Yep, unlike the previous experiment where the car was towed into the plow, this time the plow will be thrust into the car. But first, they've got to make it.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
Now, we'll be done by lunchtime tomorrow.
We were thinking about making this wedge. We figured it had to be as thin as possible, and it had to be basically a solid piece of steel. Now, to get a solid piece of steel that big would be too hard. So what we did is we've taken many layers of steel, stacked them together to make that wedge shape. Then we welded it together. Now we're grinding it so that it has a sharp point.
While Grant and Tori have been prepping the replicate the results super plow, Carrie has been pimping the soon-to-be pulped car.
Alaska!
And all it needs now is passengers.
We've got another set of our very unlucky inflatable people. You know, I let Tori blow these up before, but he got way too attached to them and it kind of creeped me out, so taking the duty back. Should have brought the compressor. I have to tell you though, I was hanging out with your girlfriend, a little bit of an airhead. Sorry we didn't budget you any pants.
about to be involved in a 500-mile-an-hour head-on collision,
Stop! It looks great!
being pantless is the least of his worries, because here comes the super plow.
Ready to see our super plow?
Yeah, how is it? Oh, it looks good.
I think the car's gonna lose.
Yep, but will it be cleanly bifurcated as per the fans' demands? The only way to find out is to get it off the truck
Okay, here we go.
and onto the track. And with the plow in place, all the MythBusters need to do now is come back tomorrow and strap on those rockets.
That looks like about 500 miles an hour to me.
At least.
The lovely warm California weather plus the crumbling housing market has allowed us to remove 80% of the structure of a house without removing any of the comforts of a home. Yes, you can while away your golden years sitting with the breeze running through your hair, California dreaming as the entire vista of the world passes right before your eyes.
Despite the sales pitch, if the myth is confirmed, the price won't go through the roof. The faulty water heater in the basement will.
This is either a hot water heater or it's a bomb. If it's a hot water heater, there's no problem. It just heats the water in your house. If it's a bomb, it fails catastrophically, sending the bottom shooting out, sending the top shooting up. This floor isn't going to offer much resistance to that water heater. The question we want to know is, what's it going to do when it hits this roof? Is it going to make a nice, clean, round hole I can stare all the way into the basement through? Or is it going to be interrupted on its journey into the sky and never make it out of the house? That's what we want to find out.
We're wired, we're plumbed, we're ready to go. All I need to do is fire the Jennies up and wait.
And with that generator up and running, the heating element inside the tank begins to slowly warm the water.
It's about 115 degrees. I'd say it's about time for a nice hot bath. What do you think?
Deep in Buster's basement, changes are occurring in his water heater. Changes that could affect his life. Oh, look, we've turned red.
175 PSI.
Ah, the suspense is killing me.
Normally, I don't like to bet on these things, but we've seen something very much like this before. And so I think it's going to make it quite a ways through the building. It might just make it out the top. Beyond that, I don't know.
Wow, an actual prediction. That's awesome.
Now it's really starting to accelerate.
All that potential just waiting.
It's really nice seeing it exposed like that. Our visible house, it's really extraordinary to see the whole thing clear as day.
I know, it's really elegant, isn't it?
Yeah. What's interesting to me here is that this is just a transfer of energy, 325.
Oh God, it's any second now. I don't want to turn back and look at the pressure anymore. I don't want to take my eyes off of it.
Starting with the diesel fuel that's powering the generator, it's creating electricity that allows us to heat up this water in a container that releases all that energy all at once. It's really kind of interesting in a Zen sort of way when you think about it. 330.
Okay, I'm going to do some live math here. The hot water heater itself is 18 inches in diameter. Now, for the area of that, it's pi r squared, which equals 254 square inches of the bottom. Now, you've got a pounds per square inch pressure inside of 336. Multiply that by 254, you get 85,500 pounds of pressure. Let me say that again, 85,500 pounds of pressure pushing against the bottom of the heater. You would fail too.
335.
You know what I see? I see a hole in the roof, man.
Holy cow. Now that's what I call mission accomplished.
I wish you could be here for this kind of explosion, because when the hot water heater finally blows, we're staring right at it because we know where the zone is, and the thud that comes out of it is so deeply guttural and still whoa kind of thud. It's great. Watch it again. Give me some skin there.
Looking at the damage the water heater did to the building, it left some neat holes in the first floor. and through the roof, which is no big deal, but looking more carefully, you realize what a shock the entire building took.
Wow. Yeah, look at how much damage it did to the plywood right here.
The cinder blocks that I put underneath the ground floor are actually shattered from the downward push. It actually lifted the entire roof off of its seat and then set it down. You know, this would pretty much ruin your house.
Look at that, man. It tipped the TV table over, but Buster's still in the couch.
It's true that Buster is still sitting pretty, but he's got Adam to thank for that.
I knew where the explosion was going to happen, and I accommodated for the explosion by moving the couch away so that it wouldn't tear Buster to shreds, and that's exactly what it did. Hot water heater went up right in front of Buster, between him and the television. I have to say, I'll bet he'd have soiled pants if he had the ability to soil pants.
What does all this carnage mean for our myth? I'm glad you asked. I think it handily plausibilizes it. I think absolutely, if you manage to idiotically cap off all the safety systems on the hot water heater in the basement of your house, it's gonna go up through the floor, up through the ceiling, up through the roof, and leave a hole in its wake.
Let's check out the water heater.
All right. Well, there's your problem.
Well, the water heater did its job pretty much on target. It went through the building just.
It spun around up here and then bang! We caught it back on our scaffolding. That's pretty hot. That's a good day.
Yep, it has been a good day. A satisfying explosion, or two, a new water heater rocket world record at 560 feet, plus a plausible conclusion to the myth that a water heater can blast through the roof of your two-story home, albeit only just.
Well, that's not a bad day's work, and a plausible myth to boot.
Yeah, your hot water heater could just be a ticking time bomb in your basement.
I'm king of the sled track.
Our intrepid trio are evolving the third installment in the snowplow trilogy. First, there was the curse of the snowplow.
Forgot to activate the brake.
You didn't activate the brakes!
And while the sequel went a lot smoother, fans weren't happy. You want to see a snowplow split a car completely in half using whatever means necessary.
Oh, crap. Somebody graffitied all over our sled.
And the means that the MythBusters are going to use is a cool 75,000 pounds of rocket thrust. But what's not so cool is the art Carrie has brought to the plow project.
I added some finishing touches so that it'll look better on high speed. Now it's bright.
Oh, you did this?
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
Perfect. Good job. So this is it, the final experiment for snowplow, and this is how it's gonna go down. This is our super plow that we're gonna load up with 12 rockets. It's gonna propel this sled 750 feet down the track going 500 miles an hour.
But we actually need the sled to travel 770 feet, because for the last 20 feet, it's gonna come off the track and fly through the air.
It hit our target, this car. If all goes according to plan, only the wedge part of the super plow should cut right through the car, and the rocket sled should slide right underneath.
But before launch time, Grant gets the lowdown on the all-important firepower.
So the sled we're gonna use for our experiment, how many rockets are gonna be on that?
We're going to use 12 of these 5-inch HVARs. Each one has about 6,500 pounds of thrust. So total, we should get about 75,000 pounds of thrust on that one sled.
What speed are we gonna be able to get up to?
The sled should be going about 500 miles an hour when it impacts the car.
So, do you have any extras of these just laying around?
Yeah, don't touch that.
And while the New Mexico Tech techs lock and load their rockets, the MythBusters are predicting the end of the road for the car.
So far, we have not been able to split a car all the way in half with the snowplow. We used a front engine vehicle, that didn't work. We used a rear engine vehicle, that didn't work. But now we have a rocket-powered super plow. This thing is gonna be going 500 miles an hour. I don't think it really matters where the engine is on this vehicle. Is it gonna split it right in half? I don't think so. I have a feeling once it hits that engine, wherever the engine is, it's just gonna shred that car into a bunch of little pieces.
Now I know what this rocket sled can do.
And I've seen what a snowplow with a really sharp, pointy tip can do to a car at 70 miles an hour. Now, when this rocket sled's going 500 miles an hour into this car, I think it doesn't have a chance. It's not only going to split into two, but it's going to explode into a million pieces just in two directions. All the rockets are loaded. That thing has to weigh like 2 tons by now.
And remember, there's 12 rockets on there for a total of 75,000 pounds of thrust.
And this thing's gonna be going 500 miles an hour. If this doesn't split the car, I don't know what will.
Well, the safest place to be is in the bunker, so let's get inside.
I thought one of us was gonna ride it.
Let's see how it goes this time, and maybe next time, Buckaroo. Come on.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Denied a Dr. Strangelove rocket ride.
Lockdown. We're ready to launch.
Tori hunkers in the bunker with the rest of the team. And a strange, eerie silence settles on the scene. The proverbial calm before the storm.
This is rocket-powered super plow versus front-engine vehicle going at 500 miles an hour in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Wow!
That went so much faster than I thought it was going to.
Oh, that was great! It was like here 1 second and then gone.
Gone in a 1/6 of a second. The rockets fire. At 75,000 pounds of thrust, throw the super plow along the track at a spectacular 550 miles per hour. And when the dust and shrapnel settle, the team discovers a spectacular result.
We split it! I cannot believe we split the car in half. Look at it, it went right down the tape line. We have 2 perfect halves of the car.
Dude, it actually split the engine in half.
Yeah, that's rad. Check it out.
Now, this is what we couldn't do in Wisconsin. We split the engine block.
Well, when you get that much force.
That is crazy.
With that complete bifurcation, the guys got exactly what they came for and what you wanted. Except there seems to be something missing.
Sled. But where is the plow?
The rockets went so much faster than I expected. It was just shoot. And the car, we couldn't even see it was split in two until we walked up here because there was just so much dirt in the air. We got up here, half a blue car, half a yellow car. Still can't find the wedge.
That's because it's in 1,000 tiny pieces. After cutting a slice through the car, the solid steel super plow disintegrated on impact with the concrete barrier.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I mean, we do a lot of explosions on the show, we do a lot of car crashes, but I have never seen a rocket-powered super plow cut a car in half. And we did it. We replicated the results of this myth. It's still busted, but we replicated the result.
So this, my friends, is the hood of our former Target car, cut perfectly in half right down the line. Now, even though we succeeded in cutting the car in half, this myth is still busted because this is the ramped up super plow version, not the sort of energy you could run into on the street every day.
I don't think we're ever gonna find the wedge.
I still cannot believe we cut a car in half.
Well, that, my friends, is the end of another excellent experiment.